held for leaders and managers in the Ministry of Health, Environment, Culture, and Housing who achieved their ILM City and Guilds Level 3 certification in leadership management through the Civil Service College. That's a recap of the day's top local news. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, I'm April Cummings.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
I'm Carsley Fuller.
I'm Dion Anglin.
I'm Shanda Gallego.
Visit us on www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Radio Cayman.
Your voice, your choice, your radio.
Radio Cayman's Information Hour. Produced by April Cummings, Carsley Fuller, Dion Anglin, Shanda Gallego. You see news happening. Contact our newsroom, 949-7799. Radio Cayman News, the ultimate in news and information. Follow Radio Cayman on Twitter. Radio Cayman on Twitter. All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Follow us at twitter.com/Radio Cayman.
For the health of it, Radio Cayman's premier health show is brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy, the Cayman Islands Civil Service Association, Holy Cross Hospital,
Cayman Fertility Center,
and EatingClean.com.
This is For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
The decision to become a parent, a mother, was one I did not take lightly. To be responsible for another life, and to take pride in raising a part of me and my lineage. When our attempts to become pregnant failed, we turned to in vitro fertilization at Cayman's Fertility Center in East End. Their full-service facility was world-class with U.S.-trained and certified physicians who supported us throughout our process. If you or a loved one are struggling with getting pregnant, find out your options with Cayman Fertility Center. Call 233-0770.
Refilling and transferring your prescriptions have never been this easy. Simply go to healthcarepharmacy.ky and follow the easy directions from your desktop, mobile device, or tablet. All you need to do is pop into Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor to collect your prescription. They're open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 10 till 6 on Sundays and public holidays. No waiting in line, no wasting your lunch hour, no stress. Just easy online prescription refills and transfers from the pharmacy that has been caring about your health for 25 years. Call 947-8900 to speak to a pharmacist or go to healthcarepharmacy.ky and make life easy.
The Cayman Islands Civil Service Association, CICSA, is an association that brings all government employees together at the workplace, social events, and in matters of concern common to all civil servants. For more information on how you can become a member or to read our story, visit us on www.cicsa.ky or on facebook.com/cicsa.ky. CICSA, connecting, informing, and engaging our membership.
Once upon a time, we ate from the land and sea. We may not have had much growing up, but we had healthy foods. It's time to wake back up to natural eating. EatingClean.com is the island's premier 100% born Caymanian-owned cooked-to-order meal prepping service. Fresh, locally and responsibly sourced ingredients. No processed soy and GMO foods. From breakfast to lunches, meat to vegan, juices and smoothies. Experience tasty meals for as low as $9. Visit EatingClean.com to view their menu or place your order. Deliveries are free, including reusable plates and bags. Monthly and corporate specials are available. Visit eatingclean.com. That's clean with a K. EATINGKLEAN.com. Or call 328-8655. Wake back up to quality foods with eatingclean.com.
We believe that every life matters and we are all connected. One community, one people.
No matter where you live, Holy Cross Hospital of South Florida is breaking down the borders that should not exist in advanced healthcare.
At Holy Cross Hospital, we have opened our doors to the world, bringing you exceptional health care.
The multicultural staff features doctors and nurses providing top quality, compassionate healthcare while making patients feel at home.
Our Holy Cross International Services team provides guidance to patients and their families throughout their travel, accommodations, and recovery.
Quality medical care and advanced technology with sincere compassion and understanding. Your trusted health partner for life.
Learn more about Holy Cross Hospital. Email international@holy-cross.com or call 954-351-5906.
Hello and welcome to For the Health of It. In the studio with me is Lindsay Correa. She is a Bliss yoga instructor. Hello, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Great. I'm so excited to have Lindsay in here because she's going to talk to our audience or help our audience understand a little bit about chair yoga, how it works. It's not limited to one group. And then she has this awesome girls to what?
Girls to Women.
Girls to Women program, which I also think is such a important class.
Yes.
So, would you tell our audience a little bit about your background in yoga?
Sure, yeah. So I found yoga in my early 20s through an injury. I was living as a beach bum in Costa Rica, and I went there to learn how to surf, and I jumped off a waterfall, which people may know in Montezuma, a beautiful waterfall, but I did not hold my breath correctly, and I blew out my ribs. Ooh, and wow. I couldn't surf then at that point, and that's essentially what we went there to do. So I was just sitting on the beach, and I came across a guy who encouraged me to try yoga to heal. And the journey started from there. I started with Ashtanga yoga, and I was at a specific little studio in this little town I lived in, Costa Rica, and I was practicing 2 hours a day, and I was never a flexible person, so to actually be able to touch my toes was like an accomplishment, and it just kind of continued from there. My interest with it was always, growing, and I met people like Janelle, who's the owner of Bliss, or one of the owners, and she encouraged me to kind of keep that journey going and discovering more, and said, you need to be a teacher. You have what it takes to be a teacher. I've always kind of had that innate teaching in me. I think it was always in the background. If I didn't do this, I probably would have been a school teacher. But it started from there and continued growing. And as I've loved it, I've studied more and more, and I just keep studying. And there's just so much to learn in the yoga world that you just can't stop. So yeah, for over now 15 years, oh my goodness, actually more than that. But yeah, essentially a good foundation of 15 years I've been practicing and studying and teaching.
Yeah, I take some classes with Lindsay, and I gotta tell you, she makes it fun and awesome at Bliss. So thank you.
Thank you. And you're an amazing student. I wish I had a lot of you as students. You're a very dedicated student, so it's great to work with you.
Thank you so much. So we're going to be talking a little bit about chair yoga. Is it limited to one group, or can anybody do it?
Anyone can do it. I know we offered it for the seniors in October, as it was Seniors Month, but it was just the perfect stepping stone for us to kind of put it out there at Bliss. So it's for everyone. The seniors definitely are attracted to it because, they have a little bit of mobility issues, but a lot of people have mobility issues. So we definitely are offering it to everyone and anyone. As long as you can sit on a chair, you're good to go. A lot of people that have major injuries or are recovering from a surgery, it works really well, or just uncomfortable with getting down on that mat right away because it can be intimidating for people. Mm-hmm. The chair is kind of that stepping stone perhaps towards that journey to go towards the yoga mat. But yeah, no, it's really for everyone to try out. And I encourage you, even those who are yogis that have a regular practice, to try it out because it is different and it is awesome and it's opening in a different way.
Explain that opening in a different way.
Well, I mean, essentially, we're doing a lot all day long. We sit a lot all day long. And like I said, the sitting's the new junk food. But when you're sitting on the chair, we're doing certain poses that are really opening up through the pelvis that you wouldn't necessarily be able to get because the strength of your legs, you're not comfortable with going that deep. But because you have the support of the chair, you can kind of play with it a little bit more and open up a little bit more and get a nice opening in the pelvis area, the hips, all those that where we pack a lot of stress, a lot of tension, a lot of emotions.
Yeah. So would it be beneficial for someone who is struggling, maybe sits a lot at work, right, and wants to come in and learn something, like you said, they're not quite mobile enough, and maybe even translate that to, stretching at work?
Right, yes. Yeah. And actually, I did a chair yoga for the government tourism thing a while back because I wanted to incorporate it for people when you're sitting at work and you want to take 15 minutes and just kind of get the blood flowing again and get your juices going and release some congestion that can build up from sitting so stagnant for so long. And yeah, it's exactly it. There's that sitting in the chair and you can start to get really creative with it. You obviously want to be safe with it, but yeah, the chair is a great opportunity to kind of take it into work and to use it while you're at work. Yeah.
And how did Senior Month go with chair?
It was a hit.
Yeah.
It was a hit. So we had a max of 15 chairs, and we booked all of it up, and we ended up using benches and finding more chairs. I think the first 2 weeks we had like 22 people.
Oh, wow.
It was a little tight for space. So as the weeks, like some people were traveling, so it ended up kind of coming back to like maybe 20 or 15 as it was less numbers. It was a little bit easier to move around because you do need your space to move your arms and stuff like that. And the chairs obviously take up a bit of space, but it was a hit. And it was just an honor to sit and work with these elderly people that were just so grateful to have something because they're obviously wanting something, but it's just there's not that available to them right here on this, this island. We have a lot of great things, but not necessarily that niche for them. And so, yeah, it was a lot of fun to just see them really have fun and actually get, a workout. They walked out of there being like, okay, wow, like I'm sweating. This is great, and we have them continuing. Now we've continued it on because there was such a hit. Bliss went out and we got our own chairs. The government did. They helped or supply them for the first month. And we ended up getting our own and has continued. The interest is definitely there, and I'm having a lot of fun with them doing it. Yeah.
So you have a seniors class that's continuing now?
Well, it's not a seniors class. It's now just the chair yoga. Right. So we want to make sure, I know we really push the seniors because it was the seniors month. We wanted to do something special for them. But as we saw that interest and people were asking and wanting to do it, and they're like, well, I'm not a senior, that we realized, okay, there is an interest for it. So we ended up deciding to just do plain chair yoga, no age limit, no restrictions. Anyone and everyone is more than welcome to come and try it.
And when is that class?
That is on Fridays at 1:15. It's a 45-minute class. And so far, so good. You do need to sign up in advance because we have only 15 chairs. So we are limited in the space. So far, for the next 2 weeks, we've already got about 6 people already signed up. So as it progresses, I hope to kind of keep that flow going.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a nice word, flow going.
Yeah.
Chair yoga. And I was reading when I was doing the research for this that chair yoga is also good for like helping with long travels. It might help to get that blood flow going. And
yeah, I mean, it has amazing benefits. I always say I'm that weird person in the airport doing the yoga, or on the airplane doing the yoga, especially with 13-hour flights. That's definitely nice and opening. But yeah, I mean, at any time that you need to kind of, if you're feeling stagnant or you feeling like tight, there's that congestion buildup, and you just want to move, the chair yoga, you can take what you learn in the class and use it either at work, on the airplane, in the airport, or while waiting in line at a reception, wherever it is, you can kind of do your thing. You just have to be comfortable with being that person that's doing yoga in the middle of space. But no, it's once you feel how good it feels, then you're just like, I don't care, I'm just gonna do it. Like, do what makes you feel good.
Yeah, I think what I learned in my time in this last year with yoga is that it's taught me a lot of forgiveness in my body.
Patience.
Yes.
Too, right?
Patience, yeah. Because it's the only body you got.
Greatest tool you ever given.
Yeah. If you're gentle with it, you're going to get a whole lot more than trying to force it or go around.
Yeah, there's no sense of fighting it. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all given different shapes and sizes and challenges with our own bodies.
Yeah.
And we have to embrace it and work with it and be patient with ourselves and handle it with grace and not give up on it, but allow ourselves to just feel good from it. That's the best thing that we could do. And the other thing with the chair yoga is it's not just the physical part of it too. I mean, yoga is a huge part is meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So I have dabbled into that with the seniors and going to continue on with the other classes. Just the simplicity of the breathing exercises that, I mean, there's so many of us that are struggling with anxiety and stress. We were just talking about the overload on our cell phones, emails coming in constantly, and people expecting you to instantly reply and have that constant turn on that it gets overwhelming. So to take that moment to turn off, disconnect from the world and connect into your body and do the breath work and meditation while we're also doing the chair yoga is lovely, because not everyone likes to sit up and do meditation. It is tricky. So having that chair sometimes makes it a little bit more supportive,
Right. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I think we humans have forgotten, how to breathe.
We take it for granted.
Yeah.
We certainly do. It's something that we've done unconscious for ages, but it's amazing, especially, I don't want to drop, but I have my prenatal yoga classes as well.
That's
and
fine.
Yeah, and it's such an important part. I say to the mothers, and as well as my chair yoga and all my yogis that come to my class, that, the breath work is a huge part and has such benefits on our entire mind, body, and soul. And when we actually start concentrating and putting conscious effort into our breathing, so that conscious breathing, it has such effects like bringing the heart rate back down, calming anxieties, relaxing, and just clearing the mind. It is amazing. As a mother, I use the breathing technique a lot when there's times where you're just overwhelmed.
Right.
I say that with the prenatal ladies, in labor, who needs the Lamaze classes when you can just do your conscious breathing? It will take you through.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else before we go into the Girls to Women program or about chair yoga?
I mean, the last thing is the main thing is I don't want people to have a stigma on yoga. A lot of people are intimidated by yoga, and it's for everyone, all shapes and sizes, non-flexible to, super flexible. There's a fine line of that being good or bad if you're too flexible. A lot of people think that you have to do yoga to be flexible to do yoga, but that's completely a stigma that needs to be removed. It's just you have to come in with an open mind. That's the main thing. And if the chair yoga is what's your first step to getting you into that journey to try it out, and it doesn't have to be every day. I know you're an amazing dedicated student and you do it very dedicatedly, daily, I would assume, is how much I see you. But I mean, once a week makes the world of a difference on who you are, your journey, and just being happy. And that's what we're all trying to do, is just be happy humans on this planet.
Yeah, the chair yoga is an opening. If you're immobile, this is a place for you to start.
Yes.
Okay, it's a gentle place for you to get some idea, the breath work, how to connect with your body. I didn't start out every day. I started out, I think, it was twice a week or once a week, and then I built it up because I felt
the difference.
It's given me a lot of calm and ease, and that helps a lot. That breath work.
It's very grounding too, right?
Yeah.
In this day and age, we have so much stimulation that kind of ties into the whole the girls yoga. I mean, with the kids, there's so much stimulation, and to have that grounding opportunity, it's just so beneficial, because we are so up here in our heads and above and up in the air going a mile a minute, to get down to the ground and ground down and root down and feel the earth beneath our feet and actually pay attention to that is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah, the young girls, I mean, we feel overwhelmed by having to respond right away, but I'm pretty sure a 13 or a 12-year-old,
can you imagine? I mean, how hard was that when we were teenagers growing up? Could you imagine with social media now? Like, my heart goes out to them. Like, I was bullied as a kid. And, I remember looking at the schoolyard being like, I don't want to go in there. And I can only imagine these kids are going home, and they're now seeing it online all night
Yeah.
long. They can't get away from it.
True.
So yeah, it is overwhelming. It's very overwhelming, and that's where I wanted to offer this safe space. And I've just focused mainly on the girls right now because I can relate with them a lot more, and I wanted to offer. I feel like the girls need a little bit more. A lot of pressure is put on women and girls in a way that we're not even aware of, like just media in general, like that body image stuff, you know,
right?
and it does put a pressure and an anxiety on girls. And I wanted to offer a safe space where we could sit down, meditate in a fun way, not too serious. I don't like to take yoga too seriously. You know,
Yeah.
it's
You do
know,
make it fun.
I try because it's just, you know, it's, I don't know, that's just not me.
Right.
But yeah, to offer an opportunity for them to have fun doing their poses and, you know, achieving some difficult poses, because you know when you get those difficult poses, it's empowering.
Yeah, it is.
And when you can be empowered, it's a domino effect of confidence and, you know, just going on from there, you know?
It is. I started off with, I think it was hot, and I've been able to remove, when I sit down in a Japanese thing, I went from 2 blocks and I'm down to 1 block. And I think if I could do it to half side block, I would get there. But it took...
It's time.
It's time, and it's, you know, and I'm 56 years old. So...
could you imagine if we had this when you were a teenager?
Yeah.
Right?
And the body image, I think it's allowed me to, the constant movement, the breath, and the presentness has allowed me to accept who I am. Right now, the body I have, I mean, I've been working on this for 20 years or so. So maybe there's so many factors, but I think, I really think that yoga has kind of pushed me over the edge, and all the many teachers, you know, that are at Bliss at the studio. So if it helped me, I'm pretty sure it'll help these beautiful young women who are on their journeys.
Yeah, exactly. That's essentially what I want to offer, because I just know when I was in my early 20s and I struggled, you know, with body image. There was a lot of pressure and stigma that gets put on girls. So you know, it's still a journey. It doesn't happen overnight.
No.
But as you slowly become more empowered in your own practice, and as you are as a person, it just becomes a confident thing, and be like embracing, and a patience too, right?
Yeah.
Like I always say, it's just patience and grace goes a long way. And just understanding, like, this is a great tool we've been given, this body. Why do we hate it? You know, let's use this tool to its fullest and be empowered by that and go forward with that, and just ignore the rest, you know?
How many times do you have your girls to women?
I do currently the girls yoga once a month. And we're just starting with that. It's really tricky. I'm struggling with it a little bit because there's so many people that be like, oh, I wanted to do it this week. But the kids here are so packed full of extracurricular activities that there's always like a swim meet or a soccer tournament, or they're flying off island, or there's a horseback riding. Like, there's always something going on. So right now it's once a month to see if we've got an interest. If we start building the interest and continuing it, then I'll grow with it. But right now I just want to offer it once a month. Same with the prenatal yoga. It's once a month.
When is prenatal yoga?
Prenatal yoga is the last Friday of every month in the evening, and we opened up that evening because we figured, well, they're not going out Friday night for happy hours, so they might as well come and enjoy, get a nice stretch on, and then mosey on to bed after that or watch a movie, you know. Right. So for the prenatal, it's a Friday evening, but the girls yoga, our next one is November 16th, which is next Saturday, which I'm excited for your niece to join.
Yeah,
and that's at 3:30 at Bliss as well.
Okay. Do you have to be a member to do the chair yoga or the prenatal yoga or the girls to women?
So no, I mean, what do you qualify as a member? I mean, is it you saying like if you have a year membership?
Yeah.
No. Drop-ins for any of our classes at Bliss are more than welcome. We, you know, if you just are curious, you want to try it out, your first drop-in is free, for the chair yoga included, and then after that, if your interest is piqued by that and you want to go further, then we have a good plethora of options, being class cards or unlimited specials. Now we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary,
right,
which we're very excited about. So yeah, we are offering a special, the year special, which is a steal of a deal for the yoga classes. But yes, drop-ins are always welcomed. You just have to show up 10-15 minutes before class to get registered. That's it.
Cool. Is there anything else that you would like to add about the Girls to Women program that I haven't maybe asked you?
I mean, the main thing is, if you notice any girls are suffering with anxiety, besides the fact of body image, which is, I think almost every girl goes through that in their own way. But anxiety is a big growing problem with kids. This is something with the breathing technique, the meditation, and just the movement is something that really help them. So if a parent is seeing that, it's time to reach out and maybe see if this is an opportunity or something for them. Because there's a lot of pressures on kids now too. I mean, for example, all these extracurriculars, that's pressure on kids. That's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot going on in their lives, and they're just trying to establish who they are in this world as an independent person. And I want to try to help them build that confidence and exercises in a way, being meditation or whatnot, that can help them through these challenges.
Yeah, I think the movement of yoga helps with the body confidence.
Yeah, and the movement of yoga helps with the meditation too. When you're listening to a teacher and you're going through the movements, you can't get in your head, right? You're having to listen. You're having to be aware of what's going on in your body. And it's a beautiful opportunity for you to just shut up in the head and really just check in and bring your mind down to your heart and connect the two together and really feel the body as a whole. Because we're up in our head the rest of the time of the day.
That's
true.
Yeah. And research has shown that activity, sports in particular, help young women to be more confident, to not fall into unhealthy relationships, and more able to step away from being bullied.
Yes.
So this is why I wanted so much to promote.
Thank you, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I see it even with my 5-year-old. Girls will be girls, and if we can give them the tools to handle those situations, and I really believe that yoga does give a lot of those tools.
Great. The prenatal yoga.
Yeah.
What do you have to? I mean, other than being pregnant, what other things do you have to know about it?
That's it. I mean, as long as you are somewhat comfortable in your pregnancy and you have no restrictions of any sort and the doctor gives the okay, then by all means join, because it is a gentle, easy flow. But it's still also a workout, but it's just safe. It's extremely safe for you and the baby, but also it's a nice preparation, as I mentioned, with the breathing techniques we work on and stuff like that, good preparation. And I always say these 9 months / 10 months, because I don't know why we call it 9 months, because it's actually 10 months we're pregnant. I don't know, 40 weeks, how it became 9 months, I don't know. But in that time, I always say is the greatest opportunity to connect with your breath and get with that breath, because the time of labor is when you're going to need it. That's what Mother Nature has designed us to do. And if we are blessed enough to give that opportunity to handle it as best as possible, let's use the tools to get us through it,
So where is Bliss located?
Bliss is located not far from Camana Bay. It's in the Marquee Plaza, just right behind Ala Kebabs. We always say we're sandwiched in between Ala Kebabs and Quiznos there. And we've got parking in the back. So a lot of people always wonder, I can't find parking. It's all in the back. And it's open. I mean, we have classes from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Actually, 9 p.m. now. We have a couple 9 p.m. classes that have just kicked in for those late night hawks, those night hawks, we've got an array of classes, always encouraged to dabble in a few of them and see, because some resonate with people, teachers as well. You have to sometimes find the teacher that you can connect with and you can resonate with, because it's just like having a friend, you can't force that connection. It's either there or it's not there. And it's the same with a teacher and a class style. So you have to kind of dabble around. And what we tend to do is offer the 2-week unlimited special for the opportunity for people to go as many classes as they can to see the different styles. Because I think we have at least like 8 or 9 different styles that we, offer. But the hot is definitely our popular one. That's your go-to. But there's a lot of classes that you go to, but you definitely love your hot yoga. Yeah. That's where we get a lot of the males at the hot yoga too. Yeah, but that's true. A great one also for injuries, if you've had injuries in the past as well. Yeah.
So there's no age restriction or limitation. You can be as young as 15, 18 to go to chair yoga. You got to be pregnant to go to prenatal yoga.
Well, I've had actually one lady who was not pregnant, just wanted to come and do a nice and relaxing class. So you don't necessarily have to even be pregnant.
Okay. And girls to women, what age?
That is ages 9 up to 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else that we're gonna wrap up?
No, I think that's it. I mean, thank you so much for having me here and giving the opportunity to kind of voice this out and let people know about this, that we're offering this, because as I said, we're just trying to offer for those niche markets that people don't have it. On this small island, we have so many great things, but there's certain things that people, or certain areas that people are getting forgotten about. So we wanted to offer it for them.
I mean, if you got an injury, if you're kind of immobile, maybe overweight and not flexible. I'm not flexible at all. And I do a little bit of chair yoga at work just to help, keep me moving.
Yeah.
Because we sit for an incredible,
Too much
amount of time. So
yeah.
So thank you.
As long as you can sit on a chair, you're good for chair yoga.
Well, thanks again for coming.
Thank you for having me.
The decision to become a parent, a mother, was one I did not take lightly. To be responsible for another life, and to take pride in raising a part of me and my lineage. When our attempts to become pregnant failed, we turned to in vitro fertilization at Cayman's Fertility Center in East End. Their full-service facility was world-class with U.S.-trained and certified physicians who supported us throughout our process. If you or a loved one are struggling with getting pregnant, find out your options with Cayman Fertility Center. Call 233-0770.
Refilling and transferring your prescriptions have never been this easy. Simply go to healthcarepharmacy.ky and follow the easy directions from your desktop, mobile device, or tablet. All you need to do is pop into Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor to collect your prescription. They're open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 10 till 6 on Sundays and public holidays. No waiting in line, no wasting your lunch hour, no stress. Just easy online prescription refills and transfers from the pharmacy that has been caring about your health for 25 years. Call 947-8900 to speak to a pharmacist or go to healthcarepharmacy.ky and make life easy.
Did you know that becoming a member of the Cayman Islands Civil Service Association is a quick and easy process, and the benefits are immense? It's as simple as completing the enrollment form, which you can find on the website www.cicsa.ky, and return it to any member of the Management Council or Secretary Ms. Zita Bodden at the Registrar's Office on the first floor of the Government Administration Building. It's only $5 per month, which is automatically deducted from your salary. Yes, it's that easy. Remember, the Cayman Islands Civil Service Association membership is open to all civil servants, statutory authority employees, government company employees, and all retired civil servants. CICSA, promoting and protecting the welfare of our members.
Once upon a time, we ate from the land and sea. We may not have had much growing up, but we had healthy foods. It's time to wake back up to natural eating. EatingClean.com is the island's premier 100% born Caymanian-owned cooked-to-order meal prepping service. Fresh, locally and responsibly sourced ingredients. No processed soy and GMO foods. From breakfast to lunches, meat to vegan, juices and smoothies. Experience tasty meals for as low as $9. Visit EatingClean.com to view their menu or place your order. Deliveries are free, including reusable plates and bags. Monthly and corporate specials are available. Visit eatingclean.com. That's clean with a K. EATINGKLEAN.com or call 328-8655. Wake back up to quality foods with eatingclean.com.
We believe that every life matters and we are all connected. One community, one people.
No matter where you live, Holy Cross Hospital of South Florida is breaking down the borders that should not exist in advanced healthcare.
At Holy Cross Hospital, we have opened our doors to the world, bringing you exceptional healthcare.
The multicultural staff features doctors and nurses providing top quality, compassionate healthcare while making patients feel at home.
Our Holy Cross International Services team provides guidance to patients and their families throughout their travel, accommodations, and recovery.
Quality medical care and advanced technology with sincere compassion and understanding. Your trusted health partner for life.
Learn more about Holy Cross Hospital. Email international@holy-cross.com or call 954-351-5906.
For the health of it, Radio Cayman's premier health show is brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy, the Cayman Islands Civil Service Association, Holy Cross Hospital,
Cayman Fertility Center,
and EatingClean.com.
This is For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Community radio with a different appeal. The voice of the people. Security through adversity. Stuck on you. Radio for all time.
You're listening to Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.